Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Kurt Singh here with an Ultra League video. I got Scizor on the lead, Dragonite, Shadow Dragonite as my safe swap, and for Alligator as the closer, also a Shadow. I did do a 4-1 set before this with Dragonite on the lead and Scizor as the safe swap. I decided to switch it up because I was struggling with Scizor or Scizor being the safe swap with fire types, because a lot of people would have a fire type in the back that they could switch into. Talonflame with Incinerate is like 3 Incinerates and it's gone. So decided to switch it up. Went really, really well, going 5-0. So yeah, we'll get into the battles here. You can see Typhlosion as well with Incinerate just demolishing that poor thing. So here's for Alligator. I'm going to go for Hydro Cannon. They do put up the shield, and this one surprised me. I was like, okay, this will be a Thunder Punch, but it's going to do a fair amount of damage. I'll shield. Blast Burn. I'm like, okay, I'm pretty sure Blast Burn would still do a lot because I'm Shadow, and it's an incredibly hard-hitting move. I'm like, this one's for sure going to be Thunder Punch. Throw up the shield, Blast Burn again. So I'm thinking uh, they must have some other move. I'm blanking on what it would be. Most people are running Blast Burn and Thunder Punch, and then they switch out, bring in Cresselia. This is going to be a Grass Knot, take me out. Grass Knot comes through, does take me out. So now I'm going to come in with Scizor again, looking to get a farm. And I go for a Night Slash right away as soon as the Typhlosion comes in. This is going to connect, I do believe. Yes, doesn't quite take them out. So I switch into Dragonite and farm them down. And then in the back, they've got a Ninetales. Have not battled an Alola Ninetales in a very long time. I'm going to go for Superpower because that's super effective against the Ice type. Does do a lot of damage, and they're out of move right away. Very likely a Weather Ball. This will take me out easily. Dragonite and Scizor are very squishy Pokemon. So here I go for the Trailblaze because I know Night Slash is resisted because of the Fairy typing. Trailblaze, I believe, is relatively resisted to ice or snow as well, so kind of a gamble, but that's what I went with, and it did work out. So here you've got Typhlosion on the lead, got to switch out right away. I am going into Dragonite, and as soon as I went into Dragonite, I was like, this one's gonna have Thunder Punch. Likely should shield it up. I know that Dragon's gonna resist that some, but again, it's so squishy. And then they switch into a Licky Licky with Rollout, so that's doing a lot of damage. I'm going to go for Superpower here. I thought about doing Dragon Claw Bait, and then I figured, no, you know what, if I do that and they no shield, then I'm going to be upset. I do opt to double shield here. Actually, it wasn't a double shield, but shielding again here. My Dragonite. You're going to go for another Superpower. And then switch into Scizor, trying to farm down, managed to farm down. And then they got another Typhlosion in the, oh, I knew they had Typhlosion, but another team that has Typhlosion. The fires are out everywhere right now. So 1 Incinerate, 2 Incinerates, and I managed to get to the last second Night Slash. This is not going to take out, I believe. Doesn't quite take out, but somehow I lived that last Incinerate and was able to farm down before that next one registered. Now, I should be in a good position here because I got it for Alligator. I got a full health for Alligator, and I've got decent health on the Dragonite. So I'm going to go for a Hydro Cannon here, just looking to get some damage. I was thinking if I can get them one more Hydro Cannon or even just Shadow Claws down and have them throw, Dragonite should be able to farm down before they get to another Hydro. So here they throw. I'm like, oh man, that might be a little bit far away for a farm down. But I'll give it a go here. So they gotta be very close at that point to a Shadow Claw or a Hydro Cannon. Scizor into Togekiss. So here I'm gonna try to more or less farm up and make them think I have a Iron Head. They decided to switch into Tapu Fini anyways, which good by me. This is actually even a better matchup. You go for a Trailblaze. Not sure they were expecting that. Attack boosts. Believe this will be a Surf. And decided to let it go. Kind of a gamble. Kind of wanted to see how much it does. I was like, wow, that hit hard. That was a lot of damage. Do make it to another Trailblaze though. They shield that up. And now bring in Dragonite to attempt to farm down here. And I do have 2 shields. And I was like, I think that 2 shielding my Fraligator is going to be the play here. Because I know they have Togekiss, which is going to wall Dragonite. So I was like, what do they have in the back? Like, what are my options going to be here? Hydro Cannon lands. And I'm going to go... And at this point, I'm like, you know what? I think what I need to do here, full farm, 2 shield, hope for the best in what's in the back. So I'm going to hard farm down here if I can. Got 2 Hydro Cannons at this point. 1 more, there we go. Shadow Cloud down. Now what do they have in the back? They have water. So they have Blastoise. This is not looking good for me. Hydro Cannon connects. Another Hydro Cannon coming through here. They do still have a shield though. I also have a shield. Luckily I had so much energy. I'm at a 3rd Hydro here and they throw. So I'm like, okay, they're gonna shield one of these. When are they gonna get to another Hydro Cannon? Can I reach 2? I am able to reach back-to-back Hydros. They're definitely gonna shield this one. Will the next one take them out? Shield, Hydro, does this KO though? Or are they gonna live by a sliver? Does take them out. Good match there. Obviously I knew it took them out if I know that it's a 5-0 set, but it's like hard. Okay, so here's Belly Bolt, I think. Gonna go for the Trailblaze. I kind of feel like it might hit a little bit harder than Night Slash against an electric type. Gonna shield up this. I'm guessing it's Parabolic Charge. I don't really know how hard it hits, but again, like I say, Scizor is very squishy. Gonna go for another Trailblaze here. That connects. Attack is boosted twice here. I'm gonna double shield. This is risky. Another Parabolic Charge. I can switch out now, and I'm gonna go for a Night Slash. See if they let this go. They do decide to let it go. And then they've got a Pangoro in the back, and I was like, oh no, I should switch. Tried to switch to catch. Got locked in there. Take the Night Slash. I die with the Night Slash. I don't like that. Bring in Dragonite, and then they've got the Grumpig Cell. So I'm gonna go for the Dragon Claw here. Obviously, being Psychic, the superpower would be heavily resisted. I'm gonna bring in for Alligator here. Want to try to get to Hydro here and drop their health as much as I can. They do Shadow Ball. Gonna go for the Hydro Hair before they get to another move. I was like, oh man, that would be so bad if I went with all this energy as well. So here, gotta try to farm down. I do hit the Hydro. they get to another move just before, so I am dying with a Hydro Cannon. Dynamic Punch takes me out. I actually hesitated there because I was like, oh, I should farm down. I should stop attacking, let them take me out, so I have more farm with my Dragonite. I was thinking that as it was happening, and I just didn't do it. So here I do go for the Dragon Claw. I think they were add another move there. This should take out. And then I think that I can farm down the Grumpig anyways. Yeah, just disintegrates into thin air. On to, I think this is the final match. And this one was, I was like, oh man. Corviknight, what do I do here? I'm like, Sky Attack is going to be super effective against the bug typing. Ironhead isn't really going to be super effective against anything, but it's a pretty decent Pokemon, defense wise, stuff like that. Like, it takes a lot of attack. Ironhead into Dragonite does about half health, so I go for the Dragon Claw here. Obviously I think Superpower would be better being Steel type, but it's also flying, so flying would resist the Superpower, so it would be neutral, so I'm not really sure just how much damage it would do. I probably should play around with that. They bring in a Sharpedo, and my Dragon Breaths are just shredding this thing. I was like, oh wow, this is interesting. Let's go for a Dragon Claw, see if they shield. They no shield, it one-shots. Then they bring in a Giratina, and I'm at another Dragon Claw. I was like, oh wow, maybe I can win this. Maybe I can actually win this match. So they shield that Dragon Claw, and now I'm in a pretty good spot because Scizor can Night Slash, which is super effective. Feraligatr has Shadow Claw and Ice Beam, which are super effective against Giratina here. So Night Slash lands, attack incoming. I'm gonna let this go because I do have the Feraligatr. Ancient Power. Then they switch back into Corviknight. I was like, okay, well, I need to start getting some energy on my Feraligatr here. Also knowing that a Night Slash onto Giratina is going to be very beneficial. Managed to farm down. I was getting a little nervous that I was going to have to use my shield, and then they just conceded the match. So I think they knew that it was pretty much over at that point, and that was all they could do. So nice 5-0 set. Slowly climbing. If I'm lucky, I'm doing like one set a day, one set every couple days. Regular routine, especially through the summer. I get so busy with work and other things. But thank you very much for watching. If you've made it this far, like, leave a comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys all in the very next video. Thank you.